What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our tutorial world, and today we're going to be taking another look at micro farms, and this one's going to be a multi-purpose farm with a bit of a voice break by the sounds of it. So you just come along here, you switch it on. This does all three of the crops. So you've got our wheat, that all grows nicely. You've got our potatoes, that all grows nicely, and then we've got our carrots. Happy days. We can switch that off. This one is very similar to our last design, except for we're going to be pulling the block downwards to farm the crops rather than pulling the log upwards to harvest the cocoa beans. So yeah, if you did watch my last tutorial on the cocoa bean farm, you'll see quite a few similarities to this one. So just to make life easier on yourself, you just want to dig a 2 deep gap and 2 wide by 3. Now at the back of that, you want your sticky piston. We want to get some blocks of choice on us. So get our lever on us. Now just on top of the sticky piston, bring the blocks up by 3. This is just going to be a scaffolding block. As you can tell, my one's usually blue concrete. And once again, there's a bit of redstone dust because this is the third time I've recorded this. The first two, my words got so muddled up, and watching it back, it was like, how is anyone actually going to follow that tutorial? But yeah, so you want to go 3 blocks up above the sticky piston, face your observer going into the top block, and then you want to break that scaffolding, get some more scaffolding just so that you can place your dispensers. So you want the dispenser facing there, dispenser facing there, and then hop up here, break down, and then we want our dispenser facing downwards. After we've done that, we get rid of all of this scaffolding. And then you want your scaffolding block to just go behind the observer itself. Now we're just going to be using blue concrete just to indicate where the redstone is going to be going. That way it gets a lot less confusing for you. So we do that. Now just underneath that block where you've placed behind your observer, you want a bit of redstone dust. And then you want that going into a redstone repeater on 2 ticks, the same as our last design. With the redstone dust then running round down to this block just here, and then just on the end here you want to place your redstone torch, which will then kick that sticky piston up. I'm trying to speak very quickly to get through this, and it doesn't seem to be working out too well for me, but yeah, let's just crack on. So we want to put our dirt on top of that sticky piston. Now we want to be making room for our water, but just to stop any mishaps from happening, we want to just fill this little area in as much as we can to avoid water going everywhere. So do that. Let's get our bucket of water. Let's place that just there. And is it actually going to make it round? It did as well. This is the exact same thing that happened in my last demonstration. It's just, yeah. Yeah, but if this does happen to you, just place a block on top of the dirt, and then you can replace the redstone torch. Thank you. Give me that back. Redstone torch. And then we can just break that block. And then our water should now be in place. Bit of a nightmare, but it's there eventually. So that is how simple that section is. Now we're just going to work on our timer. The timer is the exact same thing that we've done in the last one, except for this one we're just going to make a little bit more easier on ourselves by just facing it going vertical, going horizontal instead of vertical. Now you just want to place the observers facing into each other just like that. That will be sitting next to that dispenser. Now just behind this back observer you want to place a block, and then you want to get your redstone dust and just wrap it all the way around on top of all 3 of them dispensers, like so. Now to stop that annoying ticking like we did in the last one, we're just going to get a lever, whack it up there. Happy days. Now for our facade, we're just going to wrap this round. Let's just fill in these blocks because they're unnecessary. Do that. And that is pretty much our design, except for we've got that block and that block broken. Do you reckon that looks better? Well, you can have it either way, to be honest with you. It's going to be your design around like the facade of it. So whatever matches your interior sort of design or whatever you're going for. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Now we just want to go and till the soil before I go venturing off on any more mindless thoughts. So we want to till that soil. Now just to avoid any other mishaps, let's just put another block there just to make sure that the water doesn't go everywhere in case there's a lag spike. Now we want to go filling these dispensers up. Obviously I've got bone meal on me because this is the third time I've done this tutorial. There we go. Now we want to get our crops on our hotbar, just to make sure it's all working. Let's switch it back on. Now we're going to try our seeds. That turns into wheat, all happy days. Our carrots. And yep, that's all working fine. You can see what I mean by the lag spike. Like every now and again it will hesitate on coming back up. But placing the blocks underneath there will stop any chance of water destroying the redstone. And our potatoes, they appear to be growing fine also. So yeah, let me just make sure. Yeah, see what I've done there is a little bit different to what I've done here. Just to make sure that the redstone signal is reaching all dispensers simultaneously. If you just want to whack another couple of bits of redstone going round to this side, so then it's creating a round clock. Just to make sure that all the redstone's getting all of them at the same time. That way you'll have them fully grow without any chance of a fail. And yeah, it appears to be working fine. I did test this out quite a lot in my redstone test world. And it was working without a question of a doubt. Although every now and again on the saving lag spike, if it went down too long, that water would come out just like it did there and it would push you back a little bit. So if you are using this design, maybe get like a building block of your choice. I wouldn't say something as big as that, that would be unnecessary. But maybe, let's see what we've got to work with. Get some cyan glass. Can you walk through this? No, you can't. But what we could do is do a little bit of that action. And then you can walk through if you wanted to do it like that. But yeah, like I said, it's all around your design purposes and which way. Now you can avoid having the water there. Like if you really wanted to, you could just create a little gap here and have your water sitting over here. That way you don't have to worry about the water being underneath there. It doesn't really matter, and then you can sort of decorate it whichever way that you like. What do you reckon of that? It's not a bad little look, is it? But then you can't really reach the crops when they do grow. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad with a little glass pane there, just to stop yourself from being kicked back. Yeah, like I said, I'm just sort of rambling on now because let's turn this stupid clock off. That does get annoying after a while, trust me. Let's get rid of that water. But a very quick and simple design for you, although that I did seem to sort of stray off on my random thoughts, but the facade of it and the way it looks is again entirely up to you. For my demonstration purposes, I just went with my basic blue concrete, indicating what type of farms they are, like we should have done on the other one, because it's going to bug me if they're not symmetrical. So, yep. Yeah, if you can not tell by now, I tend to have a little bit OCD with making sure that everything's in line. Otherwise, it does tend to annoy me. Well, not annoy me, but irritate me that it's not done the way that it should have been done. Yeah, there's like a certain order to things. Although that it's now bugging me that I've done this tutorial and the one on the right is one block further back than the one on the left. But yeah, hopefully you found this tutorial useful, and hopefully I didn't go on a little bit too much during it. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in future ones. So yeah.